Have you ever just stared at a student loan bill and felt that little knot form in your stomach? If you have, you are definitely not alone. It can feel like this impossible mountain you have to climb. But what if I told you there was a way to start chipping away at it on your own terms? Okay, let's dive right in.
First, to really get the scale of what we're talking about, just look at this number. That's $1.7 trillion. It's kind of mind-boggling, right? That's the total mountain of student loan debt just in the United States. It's a huge figure that honestly touches almost every part of our economy.
And this isn't just some random, abstract number. No way. It's a very real weight on the shoulders of over 45 million people. Think about that. The average person with student loans owes somewhere around $37,000. That's like a financial anchor holding you back month after month after month.
So yeah, it's super easy to feel completely overwhelmed by those numbers. The real question is, how do you go from feeling powerless to actually taking back control? How do you even start to fight back against that kind of debt?
And that brings us right here. We've talked about the problem, so let's get into the solution. This is where the side hustle comes into play. And look, we're not just talking about making a little extra pocket money for the weekend. We're talking about using it as a strategic tool to, reclaim your financial future.
You know what makes side hustles so incredibly powerful? It's their flexibility. Your loan payments, they're rigid, they're demanding. But a side hustle, that can fit into the little cracks in your schedule. Evenings, weekends, whenever you can find an hour here or there. It's a way to generate income totally outside the box of your regular 9 to 5.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just about the money. I mean, yeah, the extra income means you can make extra payments, which cuts down your principal and saves you literally thousands in interest over time. But look at the other stuff. You're building new skills, and maybe most importantly, you get this amazing sense of control back. I mean, take Sarah, a teacher with 45 grand in debt. She started tutoring online, making an extra $1,000 a month. Every cent went to her loans, and in 5 years, she was completely debt-free.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, all right, I'm in, but where do I even start? The absolute key is finding a hustle that actually works for your life, your skills, and what you're interested in. Because if you hate doing it, you're just not going to stick with it. It's that simple.
This table does a great job of showing just how many options are out there. Are you a writer, a designer, a creative person? Freelancing has huge earning potential. Know a lot about a certain subject? Online tutoring is perfect. Need quick, flexible cash and you've got a car? The gig economy is practically built for you. Or maybe you're a storyteller who could build a following online. Seriously, there's something for pretty much everyone.
And here's some really crucial advice. Please, don't try to do too much at once. You don't have to jump in and commit 20 hours a week from day one. Just start small. Try 5, maybe 10 hours a week. See how it feels. Test the waters. This is how you prevent that awful burnout before it even gets a chance to start.
So earning the extra money, that's only half the battle. The other, arguably more important half, is making sure every single one of those dollars is working just as hard as you did to earn it. And that is exactly what this next section is all about. Hustling smart, not hard.
You've basically got two main strategies to choose from. First, there's the avalanche method. That's where you hit your highest interest loan first. Mathematically, this is the one that saves you the most money. But then there's the snowball method. With this one, you pay off your smallest loan first. It gives you these quick, powerful wins that really boost your motivation. Neither one is right or wrong. It's all about picking the path that's going to keep you in the game.
And if you want to make this whole thing even more effective, just follow these 4 steps. 1. Open a separate bank account just for your hustle money. This keeps it from just disappearing into your regular budget. 2, and this is so important, when you make an extra payment, always tell your lender it needs to go toward the principal. Then, set some small goals, and finally, automate those extra payments. That way you're not even tempted to spend it somewhere else.
But with all this strategy, there's a human element we just can't ignore. As the person behind our source materials shared, there was a point where they were making great extra money, but they were just miserable. This is the dark side of hustle culture if you're not careful. Balance isn't a luxury, folks. It's a necessity.
So the key is to hustle sustainably. You have to set firm boundaries on your time. You've got to prioritize rest. You have to learn the power of saying no when you're already at capacity. And every few months, just check in with yourself. Is this still working? Is the money worth the time and the energy? And if the answer's no, it is totally okay to switch things up.
All right, enough theory. Let's look at some inspiring, real-world stories of people who actually put these strategies to work and got some pretty incredible results.
So this is Jake. He graduated with a fine arts degree in a pretty hefty $60,000 student loan bill. His day job paid the rent, but that was about it.
So what'd he do? He started using the skills he already had. He began freelancing as a graphic designer, starting with just small gigs and slowly building up his reputation.
And get this, within 2 years, his little side hustle was bringing in an extra $2,000 every single month.
So what was the result? Well, he paid off half his debt, and he discovered that his side hustle was actually his real passion. He's now in the process of turning it into his full-time career, all because he needed to pay down those loans. How cool is that?
Okay, now let's meet Maria. She's a nurse, she's got 35 grand in loans, and her job is high stress and totally exhausting. She needed a side hustle that was the complete opposite of her day job.
Her solution was just wonderfully simple. She started walking dogs on the weekends. It was low stress, it was flexible, and it got her outside in the fresh air. Now, it wasn't a fortune, but that consistent extra $400 a month, it was enough for her to double her loan payments.
Over 3 years, she paid off more than half her debt. And just as important, she found that her side hustle was this much-needed mental health break from her main job. I mean, that's a total double win.
So the big takeaway from all of this is that your student debt, it doesn't have to define your entire story. I know it can feel all-consuming sometimes, but with the right strategy and a little bit of hustle, it's really just one chapter.
A side hustle is way more than just a way to pay off loans. It's a way to start writing that next chapter on your own terms. So the only question left to ask is, what will yours be?